DJ Vic Vapor here with you. Welcome back to Max for Live DNA. And in this tutorial, we're going to take a look at the buffer shuffler. Under the Max audio effects, we have shuffler and shuffler 2.0. We're going to work with 2.0. Drop it on our track. And I have a loop loaded here, which we're going to play. Let it sequence through the shuffler. And immediately you can see the sequencer kind of indicating as the audio moves through exactly where we're at. And what you can do here is actually have this shuffler perform like a sequencer. Let's move move everything to the bottom, and we should only be hearing the bass drum. So you see it actually sequences through the sounds. There's the kick drum, and if I move it up, we're going to hear the different elements. There we're hearing just like the clap or the snare. And there you get the hi-hat. So you kind of get the idea. It works like a sequencer. You can always go back to the reset button to restore our original pattern. You can move through 8 steps all the way up to 32 steps. And then also down to 2 steps. Let's take a look over here on the left at some of these devices. So we have a left-right, and right now currently they are synced and hooked up together. So let's unlink them. And now what we can do, we're on the left side, we can actually individualize and randomize the pattern for the left separate from the right. Let's move over to the right side and make some adjustments there. I'm going over here to the pattern area, select pattern 2. And we'll select one more pattern. So now, the nice thing is you can actually hook up the pattern indicators to a MIDI controller, and you can individualize and step between the patterns, making for a very interesting live performance or even production scenarios. And we'll link these two back together and hit the reset button. And we'll need to reset each individual pattern. There we go. Let's take a look at this section right here. On this little drop-down menu, we have some choices. We can reverse the pattern. We can neighbor the pattern, randomize the pattern, use left, up, down, or right. Let's take a look at left. So when we select left, and then we activate the dice button, the pattern will continue to move to the left every time I hit the button. You can also select that for the left side and individualize it if you preferred. Again, we have them synced right now, so they're going to do the same thing. But we could select different patterns. Let's take a look at auto. When we hit auto, every time the sequencer goes through the pattern, it'll continue going left. Let's try random. So you can see real quick that you could come up with some very interesting patterns using these techniques. And that is the buffer shuffler as a sequencer. Let's move on to take some further in-depth looks at some of the other features it has to offer.